Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Hope you all are fine. Welcome back to your English for Today class, Standard 7. Today we will go through lesson 5 of Unit 5, exercise number C. Dear students, on page 52 of your textbook, there is exercise C of lesson 5, which gives you some hints to complete a composition about Florence Nightingale. Before completing the composition, let us have a little discussion on Florence Nightingale. Hope it will help you to complete your work. Florence Nightingale, the Lady with the Lamp. Florence Nightingale, known as the Lady with the Lamp, was a British nurse and a social reformer best known as the founder of modern nursing. Her experiences as a nurse during the Crimean War were foundational in her views about sanitation. Her efforts to reform healthcare greatly influenced the quality of care in the 19th and 20th century. Florence Nightingale was born on May 12, 1820 in Florence, Italy to Frances Nightingale and William Shaw Nightingale. She was named after the city of her birth. She was the younger of two children. Nightingale's affluent British family belonged to elite social circles. Florence's father, William Shaw Nightingale, was a wealthy landowner who had inherited two estates. Her mother, Frances, belonged to a family of merchants and took pride in socializing with people of prominent social standing. Nightingale was a very smart woman, even from a young age. She was active in philanthropy, giving aid or help to the ill and poor people in the village neighboring her family's estate. By the time she was 16 years old, it was clear to her that nursing was her calling. She believed God was calling her to pursue her nursing dream. She believed it to be her divine purpose. When Nightingale approached her parents and told them about her ambition to become a nurse, they were not pleased. In fact, her parents forbade her to pursue nursing. Determined to pursue her true calling despite her parents' objections, in 1844, Nightingale enrolled as a nursing student at the Lutheran Hospital in Germany, training school for nurses and female teachers. In the early 1850s, after completing her study in nursing, Nightingale returned to London, where she took a nursing job in Middlesex Hospital for sick gentlewomen in distressed circumstances. Her performance there impressed her employer so much that Nightingale was promoted to superintendent within just a year. Hospital conditions at that time were known to be terrible, and nurses were untrained and thought to be of questionable morals. Ignoring all resistance, Nightingale managed to visit some hospitals and health facilities. Nightingale made it her mission to improve hygiene practices, significantly lowering the death rate at the hospitals in the process. Nightingale was put in charge of nursing British and Allied soldiers in Turkey during the Crimean War, which took place from 1853 to 56, in which Great Britain, France, and Sardinia fought against Russian expansion in Europe. On 4 November 1854, Florence Nightingale arrived in Turkey with a group of 38 nurses, mostly from different religious orders, for service in the Crimean War from England. The conditions at the British base hospitals in Turkey were very bad. Hundreds of soldiers were injured in the fighting. The situation was awful and grew steadily worse as the number of sick and wounded soldiers rapidly increased. The British Army did not have enough medical services. Nightingale and her nurses went to the military hospitals, first in Scutari and then in Crimea, and found soldiers wounded and dying amid horrifying sanitary conditions. 10 times more soldiers were dying of diseases such as typhus, typhoid, cholera, and dysentery than from battle wounds. The barrack hospital where Nightingale and her nurses worked and lived was built on a massive cesspool. What is cesspool? Cesspool is an underground area into which liquid waste flows, which poisoned the water and even the building itself. The soldiers were poorly cared for, medicines and other essentials were in short supply, hygiene was neglected, the infections were rampant. Nightingale found there was no clean linen. The clothes of the soldiers were swarming with bugs, lice, and fleas. The floors, walls, and ceilings were filthy, and rats were hiding under the beds. There were no towels, basins, or soap, and only 14 baths for approximately 2,000 soldiers. France provided an enormous supply of clean shirts, plenty of soap, and such necessities as plates, knives, and forks, cups, and glasses. Nightingale believed the main problems were diet, dirt, and drains. She brought food from England, cleaned up the kitchens, and set her nurses to cleaning up the hospital wards. Her work reduced the hospital's death rate by two-thirds. The Crimean War made Nightingale a national heroine. Florence's nickname, the Lady with the Lamp, actually came from a report in the Times newspaper for her contribution and service during the Crimean War in Turkey. Nightingale herself spent every waking minute caring for the soldiers. In the evenings, she moved through the dark hallways carrying a lamp while making her rounds, ministering to patient after patient. The soldiers, who were both moved and comforted by her endless supply of compassion, took to calling her the Lady with the Lamp. Others simply called her the Angel of Crimea, as every poor fellow's face softened with gratitude at the sight of her. In the picture, we can see a Turkish lantern which Florence Nightingale used to have in her hand and move around to give aid to the injured patients. Now let us have a look on Florence Nightingale's one of the achievements and her contribution for the society. After the war, Florence Nightingale returned home to a hero's welcome and was awarded the Nightingale Jewel, a brooch with an engraved dedication from Queen Victoria for her service in the Crimea. Florence Nightingale was also granted a prize money of $250,000 from the British government, and she used the money to establish St. Thomas Hospital and the Nightingale Training School for Nurses. Her work lifted the reputation of nursing from lowly and menial to a respectable profession to which many upper-class women aspired. Nightingale was a prodigious and versatile writer. In her lifetime, much of her published work was concerned with spreading medical knowledge. Some of her tracts were written in simple English so that they could easily be understood by those with poor literary skills. Her writings sparked worldwide healthcare reform. While at Scutari, Nightingale had contracted a bacterial infection known as Crimean fever and would never fully recover. By the time she was 38 years old, she was homebound and routinely bedridden, and would be so for the remainder of her life. Fiercely determined and dedicated as ever to improving healthcare and alleviating patient suffering, Nightingale continued her work from her bed. In fact, during her final 40 years, She spent many days confined to her bed, but she was greatly appreciated for everything she did for nursing and for saving the lives of thousands of people. Sadly, Florence Nightingale died on 13 August 1910 at the age of 90. Finally, we can say Florence Nightingale was a wonderful woman who fought the odds of not living a life expected by her family. She helped modern nursing possible and will forever be recognized as the founder of modern nursing. International Nurses Day is observed annually on May 12, which commemorates her birth and celebrates the important role of nurses in healthcare. Dear students, hope today's discussion will help you to complete the composition about Florence Nightingale in exercise C, book page number 52. Dear students, here are some words and their meanings which will help you to understand our today's topic more easily. Foundational, serving as a base or foundation. Affluent, wealthy. Philanthropy, act of generosity. Ministering, giving aid to the sick and distressed. Enrolled, a student on a course. Typhus, a kind of bacterial disease. Barrack, a building or set of buildings used especially for soldiers. Hallways, entrance to halls. Menial, domestic work related to a servant. Prodigious, amazing. Thank you, dear students.